The world seems harsh for an entrepreneur just starting out, with many difficult tasks like finding investors, gathering funds, nurturing a team, and building a product. Founders often are found overwhelmed and directionless. To relieve this tension, we at Goodfirms conducted interviews with successful IT companies and discussed trending topics as well as their impact on the IT industry. So, without any further ado, let's dive into the conversation. Okay, so should we start?
Yeah.
Actually, for this interview, we'll be talking about the global IT industry and from the top MNCs to the startups who have started their work in this booming sector. So the first questions that I have for you is everybody's aware of that the IT industry is booming and it's growing now. So what are some of the primary reasons according to your opinion for this thriving IT sector?
Right. So IT industry has been growing from like last 30 years. But during last 2 years since COVID, a lot of physical interaction was not possible that businesses were doing earlier with their customers. So now that need became much more like emphatic, and that's when businesses decided to focus more on IT infrastructure, and they planned everything, all of their business need accordingly to set up the complete IT infrastructure so that their end customers don't face any problems, and that's where these IT companies comes into picture.
Yeah, definitely. And so with IT industry, more consumer focused sectors are also growing, right? So which are those consumer focused sectors those are benefiting from this IT industry growth?
So D2C is one sector which is growing at very fast rate because now businesses want to directly connect with their customers. And in this IT infrastructure is helping them very much, either through a like mobile app or through a website. The users are directly able to buy product or services from there. And this is one sector which is growing very strong. Then the other sectors such as food and beverage, FMCG, all these sectors are growing at a very fast rate that are like directly
Okay.
connected with the end customers. Yeah.
Okay. So, like you said, there are a couple of even public sectors that are growing with this IT economy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with this public and private company, although they have bigger MNCs have always led the way in this IT ecosystem, but with these all bigger MNCs, there are many startups that have also come into the market. They have emerged as a new player in these recent 2 years. So, are
Right.
startup regarded as the primary drivers of the global IT sector growth that is happening right now?
Yeah, definitely startups are going to play a pivotal role. Why? Because there are some big MNCs such as like the services. If I talk about in terms of services companies such as TCS, Infosys, Accenture, all these companies that are already catering to big MNCs across the world. But there is also a sector which is not catered by these big MNCs, and that's where these startups come into picture. So they are able to cater to those small businesses, small startups, and direct to customer segment as well. And apart from this, several startups are building very great products as well, which are very innovative and that are like helping users and businesses in multiple ways. If you talk about mobility solutions, so there are multiple startups that are working in those domains. EdTech sectors, again multiple startups. So that's where all these startups are booming, and in coming times it is going to grow even more.
I think the point that you mentioned that MNCs are focusing on the main sectors, but the sectors which are not being focused by them are the places where the startup is playing a main role, right?
Right. So that was kind of a void that was present, and these startups are filling them.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Yeah.
which factors are impacting the current growth in the IT sector and beyond of what we can see in the coming years?
Right. So like I said, it's always the like people say necessity is the mother of invention. Right. So these are starters are like trying to like leverage on that. So there are multiple needs that are still like to be solved. There are multiple problems that are still to be solved, and those startups are trying to do that only. And those startups that are successful, that are helping to make people's life easier in any way, are successful. So that's where they are coming into picture.
Okay, right. And when we are rewinding and seeing the last 2 years, I don't think we can not talk about COVID-19 because COVID-19 is the reason there has been a huge surge in e-commerce and the digital transformation that has happened in the IT sector. So, do you believe that there'll be a same growth in the upcoming future?
Absolutely, absolutely. So it's going to even bigger if I say, because still there are a lot of businesses that are operating in a traditional way. And even at SDLC Corp, we are helping many bigger businesses in their digital transformation. So we are bringing their complete infrastructure, we are doing their cloud transformation. And apart from this, we are like helping many businesses in the blockchain domain as well, because now every business want to have their operations on the blockchain and everything, so we are helping them in that as well. So basically we are helping them from digital transformation from web 2 to web 3 as well. So these are several new sectors that are arising, and there is lots of scope and work that has to be done.
Okay. I think this is a great point that you've mentioned that SDLC is also helping bigger companies take bigger projects so that even SDLC can grow, the people working there can have more experience of working in bigger projects.
Right, right. So blockchain is one such technology wherein like even the bigger businesses are finding it hard to migrate to. So that's where we come into picture. So we portray ourselves as a like digital transformation company that helps them to migrate from web 2 to web 3. So that's what we are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And going to the next question, I think the recent Russian-Ukraine war has an impact on the entire economy, where inflation is an all-time high. So it has impacted other sectors, but we can even say that technology has suffered somewhere or the other. So how bad is the event? How bad its effect is on the IT industry, and what are the other offshore companies that can see a shift in workflows?
Right. So due to this war, like Ukraine has a like a really great IT industry there, and all that has been badly impacted. So even we at SDLC have got many inquiries from businesses who are like earlier working with Ukrainian companies, and now they are in a big mess. So we are trying to help them as well, but again, overall, it's not a great situation for the IT industry, because overall, as a IT industry to grow, each and every country should participate and try to make it bigger and better. So such situations should be avoided at any cost.
Okay, yeah, sure. And when we are talking about the IT industry and it's booming at a great rate, so a recent topic that has been talked about a lot is the Great Resignation, right? You must have heard about it.
Yes, yes, yes.
So our company is concerned about it and how it is actually affecting the growth of IT industry.
So yes, definitely that is a big problem that people have to solve, because see, if we continuously are focusing, people are leaving, and then continuously we are hiring more and more people, so that doesn't give stability to the organization. So we need to make sure that the overall retention rate is high. We need to understand our employees problem as well, what are the problems that they are facing, and that is forcing them to like resign or migrate to other companies or other business. So if you are able to understand their problem, solve it, and obviously then they would like to be associated with the companies that they are working for the longer term, and that's what all companies should focus on, in my opinion.
Okay, sure. Because in IT sector, there are various types of company from MNCs to even the startup. And MNCs offer higher pay packages to employee and they have a global network. So do you think that, MNC, they are better positioned in the market and can thrive better than the small business?
Yeah, if you talk about in funds way, yes, they are there, but again, startups offer you experiences that you are not never going to get in an MNC, right? So because
Yeah.
MNCs have like all their processes and everything sorted, so basically you are not much innovating there. While if you work at a startup like us, so every day we are innovating, every day we are building something new, and that keeps people interested, because we get so many people who say that okay, I'm getting good compensation there at other companies, but we want to work with you. Why? Because we are working on the latest technologies and people want to become a part of it.
Okay, I think that's great because startup like LDSC is, giving a tough time to MNC, right?
Yes, yes, so basically we are trying to innovate, and if you innovate, like obviously people want to join you.
Okay, so How are businesses like you or medium-sized IT firms can compete with MNC other than the point that you just stated?
See, it's all about the kind of services and solution you offer. If you are able to build world class products that can make people's life easier, definitely you are going to be in that direction wherein people would be, other businesses would be thriving to get connected with you. So if you are able to solve those problems and make people's life easier with the help of technology, then obviously we are going to be in that league, and that's where we want to position ourselves.
Keeping all of these things in mind, there's scarcity maybe in in-house professionals or maybe high quality software solution. So more and more businesses or more and more bigger companies are outsourcing their projects to startups, and that is a great opportunity. But how can small or innovative or someone who has just started out capitalize on such opportunities? Where can one find such opportunities?
So right, so for opportunities, your platform is again very good. So wherein like you offer like smaller companies and startups to get high quality leads and get connected with businesses who are looking to outsource their project. So
Yeah.
platforms such as like Goodfirms are really great. Then again, these startups can focus on going to the events and conferences. They can also get a lot of leads from there, and then again they can focus on different digital marketing campaigns to get a lot of leads for their business.
Definitely. In fact, we at Good Firms also keep doing such campaigns wherein we help small businesses to, get leads from our website also.
Actually, so we have ourselves benefited it from a lot, and that's why I told you from the experience itself.
Okay, that's great. And what do you think is the most pressing issue to address in the software industry right now? Like, there's many of softwares are coming in, there is constant update in technology. So, what is that pressing issue that the software industry is likely to face or is facing?
See, one is the like that you talk about the employee resignation, the great resignation thing. That is one thing that the whole software industry is facing. And other than that, that you talked about the technology part. So we need to focus on some technologies and make it widely adaptable, because what is happening today is that every other day a new technology is coming. So as a company, it becomes really difficult for us to focus on each and every technology. So we have to pick up a niche and become an expert of that, and that's what we are trying to do at SDLC. So we are trying to like become a market leader in blockchain domain, and that's what we are trying to achieve, to help the businesses in their digital transformation from web 2 to web 3. So that is the niche that we have covered. So for other businesses and startup as well, they should try to pick up a niche, because you cannot do everything.
Yes, definitely. So that brings us to the end of the conversation. Thank you so much, Kishan, for taking your time out of your hectic schedule.
Yeah, it
And
was great.
surely this will help a lot of budding entrepreneurs find the right opportunities.
Yeah, great. It was great talking to you.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.